we also need to have that willingness to look into this new technology, right? What can it do for me? Let me go and open an account with OpenAI, right? Let me have a ChatGPT account. Let me start seeing, right, what this can do and what type of benefits I could maybe have from it. So this personal curiosity, this personal interest and hunger for I need to understand this, I think that's also extremely important for the organization you work for, but very much also for yourself.
Hello everyone and welcome to Pharmshare. So we're going to have special series in collaboration with phamax about AI in the industry. We're talking a lot about AI since now 2 years, I think, right, Behsad? But it's here since more than 20 years. And I'm bringing here today and for the following series as well, Behsad. So Behsad, thank you so much for your time. Behsad is the CEO of phamax. He's based in Switzerland. He's an expert of the industry. He has more than 25 experience around marketing, sales in different regions, so across US, Europe, and Asia. And so basically, Behsad is working a lot with the industry around the topic of AI, and he's going to bring his insights around the topic. So again, thank you, Behsad, for being here. Thank you for your time. So Behsad, my first question for you is about the current landscape of AI. So as I said, AI is existing since more than 20 years, and we're discussing a lot about AI in the industry. But what's the reality? What's the current landscape when we talk about AI?
Yeah, no, that's a great first question, Lamia. I think it's what we currently see, right? It's a huge buzz, right, around AI. Everyone in the industry hears and sees it. Every post, every newsletter, everything we these days hear and see about, right, is about AI, right? So it's one of those big buzz themes around there, and I believe for a good reason. I think we are seeing, right, huge advancements in this field, as you said. Actually, AI is a decade-old topic, right? It's just that with the launch of ChatGPT, right, from OpenAI now about 1.5 years ago, this technology has become available for a much broader audience in the world. And obviously that also means that our industry, right, the pharma industry, is starting to hear and see so much more about what AI can do. So it's really something that is, I don't think it's just a hype. Currently, it's a bit hyped. It's a bit of a buzz, but this is definitely something that's going to stay.
So it's going to stay means that it's not, there is a buzz around. It's not hype, as you said. So some argue that it's just a noise. What do you think about that? And the right question would be, where does it stand when it comes to our industry, when it comes to pharma? Because this is the topic, yeah. Right? You are in touch with all the pharma industry in different regions where you are working in AI since years, and we really would like to understand what is the current landscape in different regions when it comes to AI in the industry.
Yeah, I think this is a big thing, right? In terms of where are we and where we want to go as an industry. I think notoriously as an industry, we're not very fast, right, in adopting new technologies. If we just go back, for example, 4 or 5 years with the emerging topic of digital marketing, right? Omnichannel marketing. Even that was a topic that was around for a very long time before, but only because of COVID, right? It became a pressure on the industry really to adopt omni-channel or multi-channel and then later omni-channel marketing techniques. And when we see that still being around, and I guess as an industry, we're facing lots of challenges. We are highly regulated. So bringing innovation into pharma always is a pretty slow process. So it's not something new. So there's the personal element, right? The individual element. Humans just don't like often change, right? So we sometimes hesitate as individuals to embrace new things. But as I mentioned, there are also other barriers of entry in our industry, right? We are regulated. People will say, what can AI really do for us? Knowing that obviously there are parts of our industry that are using AI already for a very long time, but this more broad usage of, let's say, generative AI, right, which is the most common topic in AI that we're currently discussing, that is something that is there and it's going to stay. And so regulations are going to be a factor how AI is going to be used in our industry. I also believe that looking at the outside world, how other industries are adopting AI will make an impact. Again, as an industry, we're maybe not that good in learning, looking at other industries, but that's also changing. I think there's now far more people from other industries which are joining pharma, and they bring a wealth of knowledge and experience in how to use new technologies, right? And I think that therefore I see AI also becoming more something that people embrace. And ultimately, I think when it comes to where we are, how ready are we to work with AI, right? I mean, I think that's a big topic by itself because honestly, I don't think our industry is really ready to really start doing things with AI and working with AI.
But I mean, if we're not ready yet, what do you think about being ready? Like when we see, I mean, we are talking about generative AI, for example, and if we take the examples that you just gave are really interesting because when it came to digital and embracing digital a few years ago, like we had a lot of mistakes, means that maybe with AI we're gonna have a lot of mistakes as well, and we need to prepare for that. And now we're talking about AI in sales, marketing, and especially when it comes to sales. So basically, I mean, we're talking about AI in different departments, and we're talking about generative AI for different departments, which is interesting. For you, from your point of view, I mean, who is leading that when it comes, for example, for marketing and commercial, but also for medical affairs? I mean, which is what's going on in pharma currently? Who is leading AI implementation in the industry?
Yeah. So it's quite diverse, to be honest. I think it very much depends on the organization you're looking at. When we look at the larger pharma organizations, right? Obviously, they're somewhat faster in adopting the topic, right, and embracing the topic with basically having new teams being formed, right, who have the responsibility to look around in the organization and to understand where is the application of AI making sense, right? So where should we bring in, right, this new technology and start thinking of pilots and projects to explore how useful is AI for us, right? When we talk about more mid-sized pharma companies, there's definitely a big gap between the faster moving companies, right, who already start thinking of let's make AI part of what we do. Let's start off with pilots and things like that. And other organizations who really say, you know what, for the time being, we're not really looking into this. We want to wait and see how things are developing. And when it comes to smaller organizations, obviously there are probably still a bit more in wait and see mode because for them probably other priorities are still very much on the table. But I think to your question, right, who's really maybe responsible, who should pick this up, right? I think there are different levels. The way we see it is that there's an organization level responsibility, which obviously would start from senior management, right? So what is the board, what's the senior leadership, right, saying about the organizational desire, right, maybe to work with AI? It has to be lifted and showcased from the top. And we see that often senior managers are themselves struggle a bit, right, with this topic. They maybe don't have a good grip on it. They don't fully understand themselves what AI actually is, how it can be used, what others are doing with it. And I think that's a key bottleneck, right? So unless ownership really lies with the senior management team, it's always going to be difficult, sorry. But I think it's also how we then empower in the organization people to be free in exploring, right? And enabling maybe a couple of pilots and use cases, right? Just to give the freedom to the organization to experiment and discover what AI means. As with any new technologies, there will be mistakes, there will be errors, there will be dead ends, right? But I always remember this one, the one line that a mentor of mine told me is like, fail, but fail fast, right? And then stand up again and continue. And I think that's what we as an industry need to also understand and do, right? So in AI, there is a lot of things we can gain. There is, I think, not that much we can lose. So therefore, I hope that this enablement of organizations, of departments, and also of individuals, right, is taking place. But let me also add, sorry, one more point, which is about the individual. I think we also, as workers, right, in the pharma industry, we also need to have that willingness to look into this new technology, right? What can it do for me? Let me go and open an account with OpenAI, right? Let me have a ChatGPT account. Let me start seeing, right, what this can do and what type of benefits I could maybe have from it. So this personal curiosity, this personal interest and hunger for I need to understand this, I think that's also extremely important for the organization you work for, but very much also for yourself.
Yes, and that's really interesting. And I would add that they need to understand the why behind. And as you said, like just to open an account and try AI by yourself so you can understand why you need AI for your job and
Yeah.
how it could work. This is how it works actually, because I mean, we were talking about, for example, a few years ago about developing mobile apps, developing HCP portals, etc. But we didn't ask the right question, why? And why maybe the sales team are not adopting then the solutions because we didn't ask the right question at the beginning. We didn't
Yes.
involve them. So same thing with AI, maybe learning, as you said. So I mean, fail fast, so we can learn fast as well, and correct and implement that maybe faster. So thank you so much, Behsad. This was the first series of first video of a long series about AI. We're going to ask also our audience to just give us some elements maybe they want us to deep dive in. And thank you so much for your time, Behsad.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much, Lamia.
See you next time.